Hey, what is up, Tiki fam? Olmac here. Welcome to episode five of Yo. Is this podcast Tiki? Right now we're hanging out, waiting for Captain Sieber to roll into the chat here. Instagram is telling me that it's telling all of you that I've started a live video, so come on in, join the fun. Oh, now it's telling me to hang on. They're telling more of you to join this video that you're listening to right now, clearly at this point on a repeat, because I'm just talking to myself at the moment. So, it's going to be a lone podcast for the next couple seconds, I assume, until Captain Siever makes his way in here. I'll do a little dance. Hopefully this will pass some time for everybody. If you're only listening, I'm shaking my head. It's going left, right. I got a little sway going with the shoulders. Man, it's hard to kill time by yourself when you're live doing a video. I wish I knew a song I could sing, but I don't know any songs to sing, so we'll make one up for the podcast. Yo, is this song Tiki? No, it's not. Hey, there is Captain Sieber. I've waved at him. Thank God. That was brutal that you all had to sit through that, sorry. It's Captain Sieber. Drum roll. Hey, there he is.
Hey, my man.
Mother of God, I just had to sing a song and all that waiting for you. That was rough.
Was it taking a while? Because you never came up, and then I reloaded the app.
Yeah, it took a while.
Oh, boy, that's great.
2 minutes according to my clock.
Yeah, that was what I was like, it's been 2 minutes. I hope he's okay. I figured, like, you had just gotten a knock on your door or something.
Headhunters, man. I gotta
Headhunters.
do them away.
They got me. They tried.
Hey, Z. Z is also in here.
Oh, hello. How are you today?
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patiki's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get into it as the audience ushers in, finds their seats, checks their tickets, moves over, and we're just having banter.
Yeah.
At the front of a stadium.
It's a
or
big...
the middle, I guess.
Yeah. What are you drinking on, man?
I have, and I'll show it off again when we get it, but when we get more people in, but a Matai.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because it's I thought it was the most Gaelic sounding name, that if you just changed it up a little bit, it would be appropriate for...
Oh, you're drinking to Mai Tais.
Yeah, there it is.
You got the mint, green, perfect.
Yeah. I got this green. I went green this whole way.
You went green hard. I'm honestly not wearing any green. I do have green tattoos, though, of shamrocks, though, so... Yep.
That counts. As I've said to you before, that counts, because otherwise... And, of course, being Irish, but...
Yeah.
You would... get the shit pinched out of you otherwise. And even then.
I am drinking on an A La Playa Mexican lager from Trademark Brewing, as usual. It's Mexican lager with lime, so the lime I felt green. Yeah. Pretty geeky. Super.
That totally counts. That's both St. Patrick's Day and Tiki.
Yes.
Which we're going to get into, because we asked a lot of questions. We got a lot of questions from people. I did anyway.
I got a lot as well.
Good. Yeah. Best audience on Instagram. I've said it before. All right, Evan. Who knows?
Hey, Trent Bruce coming in hot with all of the questions that you got from your followers.
Mac, I wrote, don't ask if St. Patrick's Day is tiki. Don't waste a question. And I teased a little bit about, is it? No, it's not. It's St. Patrick's Day. Now, I got roughly 20 questions, and 19 were asking if St. Patrick's Day was tiki. 19 just trying to get my goat.
Well, you know, it's like Ireland, the UK, it's an island. So it's island life.
Go on.
Right?
Yeah. No, but yeah.
You know, this was the day that that Don Beach chased all the snakes out of the rum storage room.
Out of the it was loaded. It was lousy with snakes.
So many snakes.
And a St. Don Beach.
Yeah.
No, it's like,
right. That's a tiki drink. That could be a good St. Patty's Day tiki drink. Cobra Fang.
Sure. I think it's more about the snakes and the adventureness than it is about the ones that were pushed out of Ireland.
All those Irish cobras.
First of all, great name for a drink. But I love St. Patrick's Day. I love like any drinking holiday that is celebrated with so much other when you look at it, kind of random stuff, you know? That isn't like a sporting event or pretty modern. This is just an old school, this guy, as we're told, chased a bunch of animals out of a place. And so we celebrate.
We drink.
But it's not tiki.
Mm-mm.
You can have it at many places, and tiki bars have celebrated it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not tiki.
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's not. Ultimately, I don't think so. Although I do appreciate all of the tiki culture has definitely embraced the St. Patrick's Day culture with mugs and,
sure.
You know, Tonga Hut always had their St. Patrick's Day mug come out.
Yep.
Did they have it here, or did they just kind of skip over that?
They've been a little quiet because of the pandemic. They are hinting at some new stuff going on behind the scenes, but it doesn't appear that they have a mug. They didn't release it today anyway. Which is, hey, we're all trying to figure it out. I think Palm Springs Tonga Hut, I haven't checked, but perhaps they did because I think they're still open, but I'm not positive.
I'm not out there.
No.
Mm-mm.
But if you wanted to make like a tiki leprechaun mug, or if you wanted to do the shirt kind of makes itself in the aloha shamrock fashion. Like that's a lot of similar colors,
right?
But it's not tiki.
Yeah,
you could make they mesh, but not tiki.
Not tiki.
No. To answer the 49 people who messaged me on Instagram after I wrote, "Do not ask about this. It's not tiki."
How was your week, man? Anything super duper?
It was good. I mean, what? Not much has happened, as I'm always going to say, unless something like drastically tiki happens. I was more just celebrating your birthday. I watched Fast 5 and Fast 6, which are on Peacock.
Nice.
Because I was like, let's see what these are about. And it's my understanding that Fast 5 and 6 are prequels, and Tokyo Drift is the most recent one. So I'm kind of doing like a Star Wars episode 5, 6, and 7 thing, where I'm trying to watch it in the proper order.
Okay.
Which I didn't know till after I finished those movies.
I can't remember which ones of those I've seen. I definitely saw the first one. I went to the premiere of the first one.
Yeah.
Like awesome. Day. I met Vin Diesel there. He was a really nice guy.
It's about the family.
Yeah. He said I had a cool
my uncanny Vin Diesel impression.
That was pretty spot on.
For that, yeah.
I didn't see the second or third one, I think I was too mad that the fourth one wasn't called Fast and Furious, so I think I didn't see that one either.
I'm sure they shopped that name around.
Not to me, because I would have given it the thumbs up. I pretty. How many are there? 8, 7, 8. There's 8.
There's
right?
like 8 now, plus like Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay, right. And the 9th one is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think maybe I saw 5 and 6. I definitely didn't see the last one. I definitely saw Hobbs and Shaw. That was terrible.
You didn't like that?
Oh god, it was so rough.
Really?
Jesus.
Oh
Just,
man.
I mean, I love The Rock, but goddamn.
Yeah. Oh, this is a whole separate podcast. All of a sudden, we are going to discuss. You should have told me that backstage. That's something. I mean, I should have mentioned that I was watching these, but you should have come to me and said, "Hey, by the way, I did not enjoy Hobbs and Shaw."
That movie was bad.
The Rock pulls down a helicopter, if I recall, with his arms.
It sounds about right.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
All right, we're going to save that. We're going to get comments now.
Yeah. We're
ready for them.
Bring them. What's up, Mr. Punch? Nice. The new one, though, I'm definitely going to see where John Cena plays Vin Diesel's brother. I'm not mad.
Sure, yeah.
Brilliant writing.
Keep bringing in giant bald men, please. And giant bald women, any of them. Whatever you have, bring them in.
Speaking of terrible movies, I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Is that the remake or the old one?
So there was like the Godzilla that came out in 2014 or something like that.
Right.
And then there was Kong Skull Island, and then there was
Right.
Godzilla King of the Monsters, which came out last year, maybe?
Which had the three-headed Ghidorah, right?
Yeah.
And Mothra, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was bad.
It wasn't good?
Like, so bad. I didn't even like the first Godzilla to begin with, like the new one.
Yeah.
I had my issues about it, but whatever. The new one is this King of the Monsters. Just these poor actors. They're trying their hardest. They're decent. A lot of good casting in it, but
yeah.
Oof, Jesus. And just it's all Michael Bay, quick cut, close up monster fight scenes. You can't tell anything that's happening. It's all dark.
That's a pity.
And there's only like 4 monsters in it. I'm waiting for like an Avengers Endgame style, like all the monsters. They show them and they talk about them, but there's only really like 4 monsters in the whole movie, and it was nonsense.
That's not enough monsters.
For being the king, I need like
King of the monsters. You can't be one of 4 monsters and consider yourself king of the other 3 monsters. Like that's not. We need higher stakes than that.
Monsters.
Yeah.
But then God.
Oh no, I was going to say that just bring back the big rubber suits.
For real.
You need that practical. You need the audience or the other actors to be looking at this person in a giant latex suit that they may or may not be sweating to death inside.
Yes. We need the actors to be looking at anything that isn't just a big green screen room.
Yeah.
So
completely agree. But especially in the subject of monsters, and especially in Godzilla proving why he should be considered king of these guys.
Big fact.
Yeah.
I then subsequently watched for a second time, because I didn't really remember it the first time I watched it, but Kong Skull Island.
Jack Black in that?
No, that was the old one, or that was
okay.
That was the the Peter Jackson one, and that one was pretty
right.
But this one had like Tom Hiddleston and John Goodman and Brie Larson and Sam Jackson. It was basically like the Avengers. It was a Marvel movie, but with King Kong.
Okay.
And honestly, pretty good. It's all like within the same series with the Godzilla thing, clearly, because they got the new one coming out.
Yeah, they're
but
make that happen.
Yeah, but that movie, pretty tiki for one.
Skull Island, yeah. Well, King Kong, absolutely.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes, absolutely. Most gorilla franchises.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was like 15 minutes of the movie that was really trash. There's like one big monster fight scene that was not good, and there's smoke, and Tom Hiddleston's wearing like a gas mask, and he's got a samurai sword, and he's like chopping up like bats or something. This is, god damn it.
Who is that for?
Not I.
I've never thought, you know what, I could go for watching an actor cleave giant bats in half with a sword.
Through toxic smoke.
Yeah. Pterodactyls, maybe. Dinosaurs I could see, because dinosaurs shouldn't be in this time period.
Mm-hmm.
And Jurassic Park and Jurassic World keep dragging them in here, and then they flip out.
Yeah.
Did you ever go on the new Jurassic World ride?
Mm-mm. I've only ever... The last time I was on a Jurassic Park ride, I was like, this needs a revamp.
I mean, it's still... I like any good water ride, and I like the practicalness that they keep, like, the puppets, the animatronics in, because I need that over, like, a video screen with Chris Pratt yelling at me to get to safety more that, like, no offense to him, it's just, don't give me the screen, give me the actual stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Give me an animatronic Chris Pratt.
Would love to see it.
Way better.
Wouldn't freak me out at all. They revamped the one in Universal to be Jurassic World, and this was like right before pandemic kind of hit, but they kept most of the animatronic, which is great, and they put like a few big screen things at the beginning where you're like going through an aquarium, and that big sea dinosaur from the movie splashes you and stuff, which is very well done. That's the way to do it. But then they bring in like the other raptors and stuff, and they're fighting. My point is, the entire time in line, you have video people on video talking to you about how they've gotten so many cool dinosaurs here that they've cloned, and they're all bloodthirsty and like horny with their energy of like, oh man, we got the biggest, fiercest things, and we've got them all here, but don't worry, it's going to be safe. Nothing bad's going to happen. We've got it figured out. But if they broke out, it would be so bad. So we don't want them to break out, but they won't. But if they did, oh man, the bloodshed. And I'm just like, this makes no sense from any sort of like scientific, not that it needs to, but like dogs, we just bred down basically big puppies from wolves, We should have done that with these dinosaurs. That would make the most sense than being like, we took the camouflage and we took the fangs and we took the bloodthirstiness of all these guys, plus we made them very smart.
And venomous.
There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to make them more of a killing machine.
Yeah. Nobody needs that.
So
unless they're trying to like, unless they were, see, here's where the next Jurassic Park needs to go, where they're like, all right, we went through prehistoric times, now it's time for Roman times. We're taking two dinosaurs, throw them in the Colosseum together, I'm watching them battle it out.
Oh, you want cockfights, but dinosaurs.
Yeah, I want the Clone Wars. Jurassic Park, the Clone Wars.
Here goes the fucking PETA sponsorship on this podcast. Because you had to bring up your bloodthirsty love of cockfighting. I thought maybe I would be on one podcast that PETA would sponsor.
No dice.
Nope, not this time.
Not this time.
I don't, it still makes zero sense to breed stronger, bigger things that were the kings of their era when we have roughly like very little tech to keep them in line if things go sour. Make them friendly and all herbivores. Like that's I think the point. That's what they should have realized in the first movie. They realized it in the Jeff Goldblum one.
Yeah,
and then subsequently after, they were just run by maniacs.
Yeah,
who just wanted to get like, we'll just be complete fools about what we decide to Frankenstein together.
Like, I need give me like a dog-sized iguana. That's the kind of gene splicing I'm looking at.
That makes the most sense, that we would have homegrown like triceratops that are as big as French bulldogs.
Totally. That would
That's
be
the next direction.
Oh my
That
God.
would be adorable, right? That's what we got to do. That's the way they should have gone. That's how you market it. You don't say, so we gave this thing a second head, and it's poisonous, and it can turn invisible. Okay? So have fun at this park that we're inviting people to. And in fairness to...
What's up, Emma?
What's up, girl? The original Jurassic Park, they were like, we figured it out. We're going to be safe here. Don't worry about it. It's going to be good. But the newer ones, they're like, we figured it out. And guess what? We made everything way worse. You can forgive the fuck up in the first one. But in the Chris Pratt ones, it's like, you aren't going to be, like, effectively managing these monsters.
No. See, they need to then, like, they need to genetically engineer a human that can then, like, I need, like, Hulk Chris Pratt, who's, like, picking up raptors and just, like,
So what you want is some sort of, you want a universe where they have the Bane potion from Batman that they're injecting in everybody who works at Jurassic Park.
Yes.
So they can keep the dinosaurs in line and just...
Correct.
Knock them down like that.
Yes.
I am totally into that franchise too. I think that
Val here. Yay, Val got to work. I'm happy.
Oh, she had a great question for me. Guess what it was about?
I don't know.
We'll get to it. We'll reveal it, but it does involve St. Patrick's Day. So that's just it's less forgivable to me, and it becomes more of like one of those slasher horror flicks.
Mm-hmm.
Which is less my vibe with the dinosaurs, because I want to see everybody put their best effort in, but nobody was like, what if we didn't make the dinosaurs deadlier and smarter?
Yeah.
What if we didn't do that?
What if we did?
What if we had parakeet-sized pterodactyls that could just flutter around with you? Breed them smaller. How do you think we got chihuahuas? You should have seen me in line for this ride. I was stewing. I was like, no scientist would ever do this. How dare Jurassic World?
Yeah.
The audacity.
The audacity. Who do they think they are?
I don't know. Fun ride, though, I gotta say.
Nice. Good.
Believe it or not, it goes to shit.
Word. That ride was always one of my favorites, too. It was, man. I don't know. Oh, Z says, hear me out. What if they were cats? Now, are you talking about, like, saber-toothed tigers? Because if I had, like, a tiny saber-toothed tiger, that's pretty much just having a cat.
Yeah. With big fangs. To the credit of Z's question, what if they were cats is a joke that we make on the reg because the Disney movie, The Aristocats, long ago, we created this scenario. We were like, how did this movie get made? They had what was probably a bunch of humans at one point in the story, couldn't figure out where to go with it. And someone in the writing room was like, hear me out. What if they were cats? And then it just...
Beautiful.
So whenever you want to contribute nothing to like a creative discussion about like just brainstorming, you just get everyone to quiet down. You say, I have an idea. What if they were cats?
Brilliant. I love it. Did you see the Cats movie?
No, but it's on my list.
That is something. I don't even know how to classify it. It is a negative on the Tiki scale.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
That's... Ouch. That's harsh. We could just say 0, but you want to go negative.
Nope. Lower.
Wow.
Lower.
That seems personal.
Ooh, Emma asks, a bunch of dinosaurs amped up on Irish whiskey could be a movie, or it could be movie worthy. I'm listening.
Sure.
Boondog Dinos.
Boondog Dinos?
Or, I guess, Boon Dinos Saints. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. I get it now. I get the joke now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dinosaurs in New York, but that's not as funny. Yeah, go with the first one.
Lepra Velociraptor.
Yeah, you got it. Speaking of lizard movies, we watched Sorrow Saints. Yeah, there you go.
Pretty good.
We watched Rango.
Oh, great movie.
I love that movie. Val had not seen it before, and I'm a huge fan of that movie.
That's a wild movie. I saw that in theaters.
Mm-hmm. So did I.
I think when it came out, and I remember a little bit from it. But it was good.
Great movie. Just, Gore Verbinski, that guy does kick-ass movies. Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Asian is stellar. Not super tiki, really more of like a Western, but...
It's a Western desert thing.
Yeah. But, Rango does rock the Hawaiian shirt the whole time, or at least...
He is a chameleon.
Yeah. So chameleons are tiki based on they can be whatever you need them to look like, right?
Emma asked, are dinos tiki? I mean, yes, I feel in an exotic sense, in the sense of Jurassic Park is tiki, and I think there's a good amount of argument to be made for dinos being tiki from that. If there's a dino, if Flintstones, I think, are tiki, you give me most movies featuring dinosaurs, and there is a tiki element to them. And if there's a dinosaur-themed drink at a bar, I'm not hating it. If it's a Flintstones-themed bar, there's at least the adventure and sort of like there's an argument to be made.
Yeah, I mean jungle. Jurassic Park is an island too, so you got the island thing.
It's De La Vista or something.
Sure.
Someone listening or in comments has got to tell us, please. We can't Google it. I won't be able to get back into this.
We also watched Surf's Up. Have you seen this movie?
Never heard of it.
Oh man.
But speaking of Surfside Sips Up.
Yeah, hey, Surfside Sip. Hey, Surf's Up, our sponsor. So Surf's Up is, I don't know when it came out. It's probably in the late 2000s, prior to 2010, I think, maybe. Could be wrong.
So the pre-2010s, yeah.
Right, great movie. It's a surf documentary about penguin surfing. And so it's like a mockumentary. It's like shot like a surf documentary. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Shia LaBeouf, Jeff Bridges, Diedrich Bader, just absolutely stellar. And
it sounds like a Mad Libs come to life.
Yeah, and it's hilarious and very tiki.
Right.
I would.
What streaming platform can we find this on?
Where do we watch it? It's whatever Rango is on as well, because I came across it next. It might be HBO.
You hear that, folks? Find Rango first, and from there you can find Surf's Up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Highly recommend. Good. Very tiki too. That thing that's popping in around. It's got to be over 500. I'm gonna go 600 for this. It's pretty tiki.
You make a good. I'm just so we can, and I think we should start averaging our scores together to make an actual number. I'm gonna give it, because of your passionate display and appreciation, I'll say 501.
Love it. So now we're looking at
someone do that math, because we're not gonna.
Well, we're not gonna do it.
No one make us do math here.
Math is not tiki.
Well, it's low. 3 Caballeros tiki. Have you seen it?
It's been a long time.
I watched it recently.
That's the third one, right? Not the
second
one.
It's
500.5. There we go.
thank you, Surfside Sips. What a good sponsor.
Great sponsor. The best sponsor.
When Three Caballeros, that's not the three. That's not Steve Martin and
Martin Short and Chevy.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Wait, is it?
That's the Three Amigos.
That's Three Amigos, right? Okay.
That one's probably not Tiki.
Caballeros, is that that's the one with the birds,
that's
right?
That's with Donald Duck and the green parrot and the red rooster. And I think less so, but yeah, I don't think really.
Okay.
Oh, Three Caballeros is great. Don't get me wrong.
Word. Yeah, Val, we're going Price is Right style with the Tiki rankings.
Closest without going over. We make the numbers.
Higher, lower, lower.
We should have the audience guess what we're going to put, but I don't want to. I have to look away, so when I say my number, it hasn't been biased. Emma is right. There is a moment in this where a penguin heads off for warm weather, and he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, but he's also very warm because he's a penguin. But that's kind of it, because then they get into Mexico and the history, and then the rooster comes out who's just shooting from the hip, and he might be one of my favorite Disney feathered characters that I've seen. Up there with Iago, and I mean, basically it. I'll probably think of another one.
Nice.
It's great, though.
Okay, so where does it land on the scale for you?
It's probably like a 300 at most.
Okay.
Because Donald is just kind of like, there's some traveling involved, but it's not definitively Tiki. If it were on in a Tiki bar, I'd be like, this is cool. What am I watching?
Yeah. And the last movie I think that we watched, which was also, so this came from a question that Ian Creepers Cove had asked me. He said, I know it already is, but I want to hear you guys talk about Club Dread. Have you seen Club Dread?
Is that a murder one?
Yeah, so it's from Broken Lizard, the guys who did Super Troopers and Beer Fest and Slammin' Salmon and
right.
Troopers 2 and Pellet Cruiser and Club Dread.
Okay.
But it's sort of it's not quite a spoof on like a horror movie, but it is sort of like a come up to the series or to the genre. Right. And it had been a long time. I love that movie, but it had been a long time since I'd seen it. So Val and I watched it last night, and man, I love that movie so much.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's just brilliant. It's one of those movies too that, in my opinion, it's like stupid humor for smart people. It's all kind of like.
Then I'm gonna hate it. As a dumb person, I'm not going to enjoy this.
But it's got that kind of like high lowbrow humor, but very Tiki ultimately. Everything from I'm almost positive one of the guys is wearing a shag shirt. I'm almost positive that the DVD menu, like icon, I guess, when you like move over to play video or scene selection or whatever, is a little shag rendering. Yeah, I know. I was like, holy shit, look at this.
We're gonna have to have him on here.
He'll be the next sponsor, is Shag.
Matter of time.
But ultimately, great movie, really funny. The whole movie is about like, it takes place on an island that's basically like a what do you call those places? Like
a take on Club Med.
To
be the punk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty Tiki.
Which is run by Bill Paxton's character, who is Coconut Pete, who is basically like a Jimmy Buffett type guy. His hit was Pina Colada Berg, instead of Margaritaville. It's fucking brilliant. Movie is genius.
I get it now. Now that it's been explained to me, I get it. But again, I'm a stupid person.
You gotta watch it though. Big fan. Big fan.
Where do Netflix? I'll just search for it. I can find it. I just want to make it.
If you can't find it anywhere, I have the DVD and I will definitely lend it to you because it is stellar.
All right.
Or we should.
All right.
You know,
Hear that, guys?
soon.
If any of you want to watch, we can get a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants scenario working here involving this DVD and Mac and us. If you can't find it, Mac has gone on record saying he will happily lend his DVD out.
The Tiki Hood of the Club Dread DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't sue over that.
None of the words are the same.
Words are the same.
Also,
case closed.
Speaking of pants, it was my birthday this last week. I got some kick-ass new pants from my parents. Big fan of these pants.
Aw.
Yep. I got a bunch of good shit, man. I had a pretty tiki birthday. We hit the original Tiki Marketplace. It was kick-ass. Really great. Honestly, probably one of the better tiki events that I've been to.
No shit.
Yeah.
Good turnout?
Yeah. Good turnout, but not too much where I was like, holy shit, I'm around like a whole bunch of people. I gotta, but
yeah.
Good vendors. Everybody had stuff for good prices.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people were just kind of trying to like bring people in because of, sales are down and all that because of the pandemic. Yeah, Pisces represent. Said Sips. We got birthdays a day. Happy belated too, Andrew. I meant to tell you that earlier. But so to go through some of the other stuff I got. So Mr. Chief Tiki Tay got me some dope records. Pele.
Hey.
So good. We got some Martin Denny Exotica.
This reminds me we need to have a music episode about Exotica. The other stuff that is.
And my favorite of these ones that he got me, Johnny Pineapples and Company from Hawaii. This record is awesome. Really awesome.
Is it? So, you know what? We'll make part of this a music episode in that what sort of sound is he doing there? Because for people who don't know, who aren't as big into the tiki as far as music is concerned, the Exotica is very much a sound of like jungle noises over like kind of a bass beat, and like you'll hear a parrot cawing.
There's a lot of excuse me. Jungle noises, percussion.
Yep.
Usually some ukulele.
But not a lot of vocals for a lot of time. For a lot of times, some of the Exotica to me sounds like a video game where you're lost in the jungle.
Totally.
But like a very good quality soundtrack for what it's worth.
Like a really cool jungle.
A really cool jungle where I'm not going to get murdered and eaten by anything. Nothing's going to bite me and I'm going to die of poison. And I won't die of exposure either.
I also had another great gift from a certain captain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Mr. Captain Sieber got me the Smuggler's Cove book, and it is awesome.
That's, if anyone is looking for a crash course to, by the way, Crash Bandicoot Jungle. We'll come back to, we're getting some good comments here that we need to address. But that book has a lot of good info, and it's presented very well alongside recipes and a legit history, as well as where you can go further with it. Yeah. And who you may want to look up or what you might want to check out. But it's loaded with info. Yeah. Thanks, Tiki Tay. You too. Great gifts. We've covered Mac head to toe at this point. You, me, and his parents. Got him pants, records, and books.
Our friend Julie got me some Plantation.
Solid.
Mr. Jakey LaRue got me...
Never heard of him.
We got some black Jamaican pot still
Mm.
and this Cruzan blackstrap rum.
Oh,
This
shit.
tastes like straight up maple syrup.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Black rum, which is rum that I read the description before, but it's not so much aged as it is they add stuff to it to make it taste and colored in a certain way, right? I could be wrong.
That's a Tay question. Tay, let me know about that. I have no.
Tay, don't answer. We're gonna have you on the show and you can tell us, and then it'll be a 5-second segment. Tell us. Okay. No, you'll be on for a while. It'll be nice.
Man, my wifey Val Surf got me some more classic, some Fleur de Cognac.
Great stuff. One of my favorite brands, if anyone's looking for some.
Some Ray and Nephew white overproof rum.
Well, overproof, you can't go wrong. It's never gone poorly.
Excellent funky Jamaican. Some allspice dram, right?
Oh, you gotta get. Is that, and that's the St. Elizabeth?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one you want to go for.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good brand. The black rum is stuff that they add caramel or molasses to, but not like any sort of artificially, usually. It's usually pretty legit. And that's what gives it a very exotic, adventurous taste, I would describe it as.
Yeah. Yeah. And last but not least, Val got me this Sinship Smoked Rum, which I have been trying to get my hands on for a minute. This company, Sinship, shout out to them. They're like a husband and wife that are just making their own rum and bottling it. And
wow. You can taste the love.
You can. And the smoke in this one. This thing is the jam. Big fan of that. We made smoky jungle birds. Awesome.
What do you call those? Toasted parrots?
That's a good, yeah. We hadn't come up with anything great. Toasted parrot is pretty goddamn good. I was trying to think of something Phoenix related, but it's not really tiki.
That's pretty good. Yeah, Phoenix. See, Mac, you're getting closer to a D&D lifestyle, or I guess that might be a name for that too, but it's just too.
Go, girl. Yeah. Oh.
Did it
Say
break
something?
up?
You got all. Yeah, now we're good.
We're good. Yeah, I saw the brakes hitting, and we made it work though.
We made it work.
Yeah.
And the last two things, I think, right? Yeah. One thing that Val got at the original Tiki Marketplace was this awesome stained glass
man.
Dodo bird.
That's pretty fantastic.
I wish you could see it with the light behind it because it lights up like crazy. It's super neat.
That looks like one of those Simon games they had where you have to, and it lights up and you have to hit it.
Yeah, right? $15 for that thing. That's like a legit from like 1955 or something like that.
Wow.
Right?
Those are like estate sale prices.
Yeah, for real.
Another reason to go to these vendor events, folks. That's why we end up there. You find crazy stuff for a good price. If you like thrift shops, here you go.
There you go. And then Chief Tiki Tay got me this Mr. G mug, which is so good. He's rocking the surfboard back.
Oh, yes. I see that now.
Tiki Farm, I think this was their 20th anniversary mug, if I'm remembering correctly, which is awesome. This was also Tay's first mug he ever got, so now we've got matching mugs.
Adorable.
And last but not least, my present from Miss Val Surf was this Diver Bob mug.
Oh, no.
Which was, look, it's got a crab on the back. Dude, it's so good. It's got this like metallic finish to it.
Yeah, I see that.
This is from R. Hurley, second edition, and it's number 20 of 50.
Oof.
Dude.
Tough odds.
This thing is the jam.
For people who don't know, Mac is a big fan of the diver helmet aesthetic. That whole, like,
big time
ancient. I don't get it.
Big time.
Those are terrifying to me. I can't believe people jumped into the sea wearing these what are essentially toaster suits. Here, we're going to cover you in this metal, and you'll breathe through this tube. Hop in. Mac enjoys these things. That's a great set of gifts and a wonderful birthday. I'm also crying.
I I had a pretty stellar birthday, I gotta say. I'm not always such a big fan of my birthday, but shout out to Val and Tay and Julie. I had a goddamn good birthday this year. It was super fun.
Fantastic stuff. And your parents,
And
just great. And so, folks watching and listening, that's the bar. My birthday's in May. Let's try to top Mac. Just send them in, and I'll read them off and report on them here. Okay? But that's the bar. Send it in.
Oh, I also bought this shirt. Look how dope this shirt is. It's got these little scully guys. He's like doing stuff.
He's doing.
Look at him swimming.
He is doing stuff.
He's got a conch shell somewhere that he's like.
And there's a plane. I love a good, very active shirt like that, where they're all doing stuff, where it's not clearly one, like, 2x2 repeated type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, a lot going on.
If I scuba, I am certified to scuba. I used to scuba somewhat often back in like high school and early college, but it's been so long since I've been now. I would probably need to get recertified at this point, honestly. But if anybody wants to go scuba diving, let me know. And Andrew asked Jeff, do you have any sips? Do you have any Surfside sips? Straws?
Oh, I do not.
Ah.
I always love reusable straws, though. I'm a big fan of that sort of aesthetic, as well as anything that doesn't get stuck in a sea turtle's nose, and I have to watch a video of it after the fact.
Truth. We're going to have to get you on the Surfside Sips games. It's
Birthdays in May. Let's beat Mac. That's a good haul, though. I'm very happy for you. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was a goddamn good time.
Yeah, clearly.
And this Friday, yes, Andrew says we're going to have to get you some straws. That's going to happen.
Oh, this sponsor. We're so lucky. And Emma says she's into scuba. Hey, no better time.
I feel like scuba is pretty like.
We're gonna have our first episode underwater. Let's see another podcast do this.
Yes.
So underwater and give an episode.
It's our subcast.
Yes. Our subcast. Boy, that's a good bit.
Speaking of Undertow is opening really soon with their new location, my favorite tiki bar in Arizona. Their new location opens probably next week or something. I got an email about it this week, so
okay.
So excited to hit that when we go for Arizona Tiki Oasis. That's going to be super duper. Oh, Emma, you're half vaccinated. Hell yeah. We're getting our second vaccination is on Friday. So I think it's like 2 weeks after that. So I think it's April 2nd when I will be in the clear from all the nonsense.
Must be nice. Yeah, that will be the subcast. I got an email that said, it's your turn to be vaccinated from the doctor. And I called them and I was like, hey, I would like that. And they asked me two questions, which were, how old are you? And what sort of pre-existing conditions do you have? And I was like, I'm healthy and young. And they're like, yeah, you're not, we're going to have to figure something else out. And I was like, I had a feeling. I don't want to jump in line and beat anybody to this. But I saw the email and I thought, why not look into this?
I mean, things are picking up now. People are starting to get it.
Yeah.
And the tiers or whatever you would call them are opening up now, which is great.
Yeah, it's, we're getting through it.
Little by little.
Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
let's get to some of the questions, because we have roughly 11 minutes before we have to call it. I had, as I said before, roughly 52 questions, and 51 of them on my post that asked, is this Tiki? P.S. St. Patrick's Day is not Tiki. Don't even ask. Except what if it is? Don't worry about it. It's not. Okay, but it might be. It isn't. I had one question that was, is skanking Tiki, which was from Stone Flamingo, which I think I have to defer to you on this.
So I will say this.
It's dancing, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of a specific kind of dancing that's sort of like swing dancing, but with yourself. It's like a combination of like swing dancing and moshing.
Okay, so it's solo moshing, swing dancing. All right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of visualizing it.
I will say that the last time I was at the Tiki A Go-Go event at the warehouse, skanking's pretty much my go-to for that kind of like rockabilly surf music. Okay. Yeah, like ska dancing, Emma. Yeah.
But ska is not effectively Tiki. And I say that as somebody who, with my brother, went to one of our first concerts together, in fact, was Less Than Jake in like Poughkeepsie, New York.
I was listening to Less
years ago. Great band. Great stuff.
Great band.
Yeah. But it was never really Tiki in my experience there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess ska music can sort of blend into the surf rock here and there, but ultimately I wouldn't really put it in.
It's still going to be lower on the scale.
Yeah. It started in Jamaica. Really, like, Less Than Jake would be like.
Don't ever apologize for correcting us, by the way.
Yeah, never.
It's a huge amount of information that we are processing and putting through.
And making up. Yeah.
I won't be Googling anything, though, so you can save your time. Just tell us.
Less Than Jake's going to be like third wave ska, where first wave ska started in Jamaica and was very near to reggae. And then your second wave was like two-tone ska, so like the Specials, Fishbone, bands like that. And then
Real Big Fish.
Third wave, you're looking at like
from a Rose,
Real Big Fish. What's up, Coxswain Dunsel? Shout out to Coxswain Dunsel. He's got kick-ass Atom Bob mugs coming out again, and god damn it, I hope I get one this time. Val and I tried the last 2 times he dropped them because they're so rad and just no dice, man. They go like that. Super great. They're like it's like an atom bomb, but a bob. And they're just stellar.
Oh, it's an atom bomb.
Yeah, they are stellar.
I think I'm picturing what that would be.
It's really great. And like the glazes he puts on them, man, that guy is, you are good at mug making, sir. Yeah, see, Val knows. We got to get one this time.
Get it in. It'll be prominently displayed behind that man.
Right.
Like how my one a week is.
I also got a question from Stone Flamingo that asks.
Wait, where did skanking? What was the rating? I didn't.
I'm going like 260.
I know so little about it that it's hard for me to give a number on, but so I'll just agree with yours.
Yeah, I feel like it can it can be used in a tiki setting, but is not tiki itself, so it ends up scoring pretty low.
And you could that's a good description. 261. Knock it down.
Stone Flamingo also asked me, whiskey and tiki drinks, is it tiki?
So it's funny you mentioned this because, and I hate to embarrass him again, but my little brother, I was talking to him this past weekend, and he was saying that he enjoys what we're doing here to the degree that he himself just was dabbling, making his own bits where he threw like lime juice and some stuff in with this whiskey that he had and some other stuff, and he was enjoying it. He had a name for it. I forget it. It was probably like the drunk flamingo or something. He can correct me later. But I think that whiskey, if gin is okay, then why not whiskey? Why not any of these things? I've had drinks with vodka. I've had drinks with many random spirits. So, yeah, I don't think the spirit is exclusively gotta be rum, but rum scores the highest. Sorry, my brother's saying triple citrus whiskey sour. There you go. That's what it is.
Good name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good name. All right, yeah,
Certus.
I mean...
Sorry, it's Certus.
I feel like whiskey itself, not really tiki, but whiskey and tiki drinks can be pretty tiki.
You can make it work, and it's like you can put that spin on it, because with a lot of these drinks, they will change just the age of the rum or the area of origin of the rum and get a completely different flavor. So if you then swapped in tequila or whiskey and made something else, it's not going to be the same drink, which is fine, but that's kind of how we get through this, like, amalgamation of the stuff we threw together. And that's also kind of the future of a lot of these movements. It began with a guy being like, we're going to make this rum work with this other stuff. More or less. It's simplified, but that's kind of how it went.
All right, where's it rank on the scale for you?
Which? Whiskey?
Yeah.
I think every, out of 1,000, it would be at most a 500 and probably at least like a 250-ish, you know? Like, it's gonna be, if you do like a 250-ish for everything from, because whiskey is not commonly found, to be fair. Whiskey isn't, vodka, not so much. Gin, I think, is the second most popular if you look at the wide spectrum of drinks, but that also has to do with the time period that we were working with here. Tequila is very rare in terms of throwing in a tiki drink, but that's also because of when it became popular and when people started using it. If you go to Tiki Tea in LA, you will get some drinks that have tequila in them because they've been sort of adapting to the new era and what has become popular.
Yeah.
So it's one of the most influx numbers, I would think, but it's at least like a quarter of the scale any other liquor.
So Tay says that Hawaiian whiskey is very tiki, and it has its own name, but he can't remember anything that starts with an O, and there's a cocktail in the Smuggler's Cove book that covers Hawaiian tiki. I'm going to have to look that up.
Interesting.
We might have to revisit this one next week after a little research.
It becomes, I would happily. And it's not as much like that these are not tiki. It's, again, so many random ingredients can go into these things that just a little bit can go into a tiki drink, and it might make the difference between it being a great drink and a pretty good drink. So as long as the end result can be considered tiki, it's hard to make a case against it.
Agreed. Okay.
Tough, though. Good, deep questions. Keep them going. All of my the other, again, one person, and then the other 79 asked me, is St. Patrick's Day tiki? Which I had already said no. No offense to it. It's fine.
Those damn 84 other people, man. JP asks me, are Lucky Charms tiki?
Are you fucking with me? What I just said. It's like, is Lucky Charms St. Patrick's Day? Yes.
Yes.
So, I would think not so much. In what way would it ever be?
Maybe if there was like if one of the marshmallows is like a shark's tooth.
Okay, yeah. So if it was hearts, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and shark teeth.
Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other.
But that's gonna bring it in like to like at least like
it's a 10.
Yep.
It's a 10.
That's a 10 out of 1,000.
10 out of 1,000. Someone do the math for what that is.
All right, we got a 3 two, four-part question from Mr. Jake LaRue.
Oh God, this guy again.
This is, I'll
Miss
say
him so much.
so. Are birds tiki? Which is the most tiki bird? Which is the least tiki bird? And are there any honorable mention tiki birds?
Oh boy, this is. I don't want to give it like a number, but this question is one of the best questions I think that we've had, because it gives. As a child who grew up on zoo books, I can use a lot of buried knowledge.
Zoo books.
And I would think that from the get, we could name like 5 birds at least, like toucan, macaw, green macaw.
Parrot.
I think that's just a macaw, but yes, parakeet. All of those would obviously be tiki, depending on the region, especially flamingos. Great answer. Yep.
I mean, is any beach bird going to be tiki? You know, like are seagulls tiki?
Seagulls, you would think would be. Dodo birds, sandpipers.
Yep. Kiwi.
You know,
Tay's asking kiwi.
Totally. Pelican.
Yep.
There's a whole, but then the least tiki you would assume would be something like a vulture, or like maybe a bald eagle. Although tiki culture is decisively American in its
No,
creation.
I think you're right though. I think you're right though. Yeah, that kind of hits the other end of the spectrum for some.
And then somehow much closer, like penguin is all the way down with vulture and bald eagle, but penguin in Hawaiian shirt is back up on it.
Yeah. Yep. Surfs up.
So that's a good question. I would want to look into some other, and then of course you could reference the Tiki room in Disneyland, which has a number of birds all singing at you, and take from there which of these birds are more legitimately like tiki in that case, because here's
right. Oh, we've got some robins.
No, that's like springtime.
That's like the Batman sidekick.
Oh yeah. So no. So low.
Yeah. Surfside Sips asks, but what about a vulture on a skeleton?
Again, I don't think they're a region where vultures sort of like vulture is very Western, I feel, or like African, I guess, when you look into the Jungle Book and all those guys were singing at the end of it. So they might be higher than I would have said than like turkey and bald eagle and robin and blue jay, I would think. Because you need to be an exotic tropical bird to get the highest.
Forest birds, not so much.
Yeah. If it's it like pigeon, not really.
Not really.
No. But
it.
So I think we covered a lot of birds there, but I would you can kind of defer also to what's going to show up on the shirts you're wearing.
Yeah.
Finding in the tiki section.
Totally.
Our emu's tiki. Emu are a good one. Most giant birds that can kill you, I think, score higher towards a tiki.
Is an ostrich tiki?
It's less than an emu, but more than a bald eagle.
All right.
Here's what we need to talk about now. We need to set our new scale with numbers in terms of not numbers, but birds. And like toucan is 1,000, and turkey is 1. It's going to be the new scale.
Love it. This comes in at toucan.
Yeah. Griffin, not tiki. Griffin is more fantasy, so it would rank closer to like sub 500.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
All right, next from Robert from Radio Wastelands, the Misadventures of Flapjack. Is that tiki?
I don't know what that is.
I'm not super familiar with it. It was a cartoon on Cartoon Network. I think this was sort of after my time as a child watching cartoons, but prior to my time as an adult watching cartoons, so I
Okay.
wasn't super familiar. But doing some quick research, it seems to be about this kid who is raised by a whale, which sounds pretty tiki. Gotta be honest. Something about
I
pirates
don't know, but
too.
then is Pinocchio tiki because his dad was a whale?
I think his dad was a fig tree.
No, that's just what he was made from. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that movie in a while, and we will now have to do homework on what was it called?
Uh, uh, the Misadventures of Flapjack. I think it's a TV series.
Misadventures. Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
uh,
That will be
it sounds tiki, but I don't think I have a rating for it because I haven't seen it.
okay. I don't want to give it a false, positive or negative in any direction. So let's do some research, and that'll be something we can cover next week.
We'll come back to it next week.
We'd love to get homework, guys. Please give us something. If you can stump us like this, or we haven't heard of it, I guess.
I'm looking to expand.
Yeah. And give a number to everything in the world.
Exactly. Submarines. Are submarines tiki?
Yeah.
Love you, pal. Enjoy work. Thanks for this delicious beer that I'm drinking.
I also love you, Val. So enjoy work.
Yeah.
Submarines, I think submarines have a certain degree of that adventureness, but it's not super high. It might be barely over or barely under 500.
Yeah, I feel like this was an interesting one because it's you don't have they're such like an instrument of war, I feel like initially.
Oh.
And maybe I don't know about the all the history of submarines, but I feel like later, Andrew, sorry.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like you could totally have a tiki submarine, and a tiki submarine would make for a really cool tiki bar.
It's been done. I've seen some. I was on a Zoom drink making sort of experience where it took place on a submarine.
Interesting.
So industrial. That's not a bad point. That can go either way, though.
That's kind of exactly the reason that I kind of
you
waffle.
Think it's too Cold War-esque.
Yeah.
I could get that.
And I feel like submarines aren't necessarily for adventuring the way that a ship would be. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. They definitely were. I mean, Emma's right. They were around. Submarines were definitely being used a lot during the tiki time.
Yeah.
And I can imagine a periscope made out of a bamboo, which seems very tiki to me.
Hey.
But I don't know.
That's a tough one. We could come back to that one because I'd like to do some research on it. I think if you're going to give, you love the metal diver suits, which I would think would be more similar to that sort of aesthetic as well.
Yeah.
So, but it's with the wartimeness of it, who's to say? I would give it at this point a 500 to 600, maybe.
Yeah, kind of middle of the road is where I'm landing on that one too.
Because you can make a point of it's underwater, 20,000 leagues under the sea isn't necessarily tiki, but if there was a
that's boring. 20,000 boring minutes under the sea. So that movie should be called Jesus Christ. Oh no, he froze.
Am I still here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Did you die
Okay.
of boredom from talking about 20,000 Leagues Under the
Oh,
Sea?
no. No, I had an alarm go off. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, cool.
You're clear.
Cool. Oh boy,
Man, yeah, terrible movie, boring as hell. Jesus.
we are going. Oh boy, we have to talk about movies backstage prior, Mac. This is a problem.
Have you seen that movie? What's your opinion on that movie?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh God, it's so long and boring.
Did you watch a remake or did you watch an OG?
Nah, the original.
All
I
right.
think it's on Disney Plus.
I'm writing it down. 20K Leagues Under Sea.
Yeah. That's some, so Ian had also asked me just today, which wasn't really a question. He was really just making a statement, but he's right. He said, you guys should discuss how hate towards Asians is not tiki. Asians equal tiki.
Oh,
Hate towards
yeah.
Asians, not tiki at all.
I
Not even.
can't, like, and it shouldn't be as, like, obvious that we have to say, hey, maybe don't hate on your fellow man.
Yeah.
Maybe white supremacy or racism is not tiki. I think that should go without saying, but I guess we're going to say it. Don't do those things,
Good to reinforce.
you jerk asses.
Yeah. Bunch of great. I mean, we've talked about, stuff like crab rangoons and stuff on the podcast in the past.
Yeah.
A lot of great Asian tiki.
Original Asian fusion, as it were, before that was a more widely accepted sort of food and like style of eating and restaurant.
Plus,
There's
a bunch of great like Asian inspired tiki bars. There used to be the Good Luck Bar over in Silver Lake or Sunset Junction area. The Formosa up in Hollywood, which kind of wasn't a tiki bar for a while, but is now back to, I think, its original roots of being more of a tiki bar. And I love the Formosa. That place is great.
yeah.
Yeah, Surfside Sips gets it. Not being a dick is not tiki.
I can't just for the record for this fucking podcast, white supremacy and racism, not tiki.
Not tiki.
Negative scores, we don't tolerate it.
About as negative as you can get.
As Mike Seabread points out, our heads shrink the same regardless of race.
Which brings us to...
We don't have the time. We'll save it for next we're going into an hour and a half at this point.
And, all right, so last question then.
Yes, we have time for one more question.
What tiki things are you going to spend your stimmy check on?
Good question. Probably, and you could have just asked, what are you going to spend in general your money on? And it would be rum and shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I guess booze and shirts.
There you go.
But what about you? Maybe a mug.
See, because it's only $1,400, I'm going to say I'm going to put it towards half of a shag print.
It's worth it, though. He makes good stuff.
Worth it.
Yeah, Rent is tiki.
Rent is free.
It, not the musical.
Yeah, no. Which is also tiki. AIDS are not tiki.
We can get into Rent next time. I want to thank our audience. I think we should call it here.
I think we should.
And I want to say that everyone, as always, has been great with a lot of great questions, a lot of great subject material. Join us next time as we discuss Shrunken Heads, why the musical Rent isn't tiki,
submarines.
We're getting into submarines.
Hawaiian whiskey.
Hawaiian whiskey, Misadventures of Flapjack, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I don't think I have the first thing right.
What was the first thing?
The Misadventures of whatever.
Flapjack? Yeah, you got that right.
Okay, I wrote Flapcake. Sorry.
It's the same.
That's close, right? That's just both words for pancake together.
Panjack.
All right. Well, then we can. This is almost a two-parter in the sense that we'll be addressing a lot of things we didn't get to here because we had so much content.
Love it. Well,
hey, Matt,
tuning in. This has been. This is a great episode. I had a great time today.
I had one too. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you and our viewers.
You as well. Oh, yeah. And we got to watch Three Caballeros.
I'll watch it again, but I already love it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you should, and then we'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
I remember it pretty well.
Yeah.
Later, everybody.
All right. Hello, everybody. Stay fresh, cheese bags.